Are you doing another one?
Oh. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces. Beautiful fall morning to be together. I'm Sarah Benson. This is my husband, Doug, and we're going to start you off with a couple of songs. I invite you to stand if that's comfortable. Does us so good to sing, so let's do it.
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, we could clap. Do you want to clap? Go for it. Okay. Yay! Thank you for the music. Thank you all for being here. I'm Reverend Bonnie, the community spiritual leader here at the center. I want to welcome you to the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces, where our vision is a world in loving partnership for the good of all. And I want to welcome anyone visiting for the first time. We do have a few people here for the first time this morning. I know that you've already gotten your visitor packet. Be sure to find the gift certificate to the bookstore in there. And if you fill out the little slip on the outside of the gift bag, that will tell us how you found us, and you can also sign up for our weekly newsletter that way. And I see some of you already hugging those bears. Those are Care Bears. It's part of the Unity Project, and we are helping them infuse the bears with love. Please leave them in the seats after the service. They're going to be given to places that will hand them out to children in trauma and in need at some point. Excuse me, our board meeting is today after the service. And we have already started training our new administrative assistant, and she will come in January, to officially meet all of you. But if you stop by during work hours, you'll get to meet her. Meg Long is her name, so we're really excited about having her on board. And it's not too late to jump into Judy Hunt's book study on Eric Butterworth's Spiritual Economics. It started last Thursday. It will keep going. Thursdays, right? Yes, Thursdays until they're done. And we do have some of the books in the bookstore. And we still need a guardian to help take care of our garden out here. Jane Himes had been doing it for quite a while, and she would like to pass that along to somebody else as she can't do it anymore. So if you would like to oversee the garden, put in flowers as you like, keep it cleaned up and all that, please see me after the service and we will get you going. We also need someone to provide sacred service by collecting the tablecloths on Sundays when we're done. And we can either shake them out and fold them up, or if they're really dirty, take them home, wash them, and bring them back for the next week. But we need someone that would be willing to do that for us. We're still collecting coats and putting them in the red barrel. I want to thank Doug, he's over here, for taking the first barrel full, and he took it on a day when they were very cold and very happy to receive them. So we're very grateful. Yes, it was, he said he hadn't felt so appreciated in a long time. It was a perfect timing when they went over there last Sunday. And then on the 16th is our art, baked goods, and craft sale, and people are already signing up for that, but you can still sign up to bring something to contribute or to help on Saturday morning. If you're bringing stuff to sell and you're not coming Saturday morning, the drop-off is between 3 and 5 Friday evening, and Lisa Giuliano is going to help get tables set up and ready to take out first thing on Saturday. And our potluck this month is moved to the last Sunday because we have Brian Kurtz back again. If you missed him last time, you don't want to miss him this time. He's going to speak at the service. We'll have our potluck. It's kind of a Thanksgiving-y time of year, so we can do a Thanksgiving potluck. And then he's doing a workshop after the service, after the potluck, on how to survive and stay centered through the holidays. So if you'd like to stick around for that workshop, it's that last Sunday of this month. And then not too long after that, I think the next Sunday, 2 Sundays away, we're looking at December 8th for the center to celebrate its birthday. And we will have our potluck then for December. And we will have 100 holiday cards that we'll be signing, and Teresa will be taking them to different homes around town, rest homes, where people just so appreciate getting a little jolt of joy from those cards when we take them out each year. So that completes my part. Please welcome our practitioner in service, Doug Bailey.
Well, good morning to everybody.
Good morning.
I think summer's over now, and I think fall's about over. Feels like it's getting a little cooler. We believe in the power of prayer, which we call spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer. So we encourage you to fill out if there is anything going on in your life that you would like to have a little bit of help dealing with. A prayer request, which is in the front of the front of the chairs in front of you, or on the chair behind you, depending upon where you're seated. We have a wonderful prayer community within within Las Cruces to really support you in your prayer request. We have the practitioners and ministers of the 4 New Thought spiritual centers that meet on Thursday, and we've been doing that for years. So they're getting very good at that. And if you have anything that you would like to deal with, we would love to assist you in your prayer request. You can put them in there's a bowl in the back, or when the offering comes. Yeah, the senior moments, you know how they are. When the offering comes around, you can put them in that. At the same time, if you have anything that you would like to deal with today, the practitioners are around that have these pretty little things that would be glad to give you a little bit of prayer. And that all said, now is the time for song, silence, and prayer.
The heart of the world beats in me now. The light of the world shines through me. The song of the world sings through me now. I am the heart of the world. I am the heart of the world. The heart of the world beats in me now. The light of the world shines through me. The song of the world sings through me now. I am the heart of the world. I am the heart of the world. I am the heart of the world.
So let's have a moment of prayer. Let us recognize that infinite life is good, filled with peace, intelligence, and power. It is law and life. Let us also know that it is in us, working for us by working through us. As we embrace this power within, we become a creative expression of the divine. Let us use this power this week as a divine gift to those around us and to our community. And so it is. Well, I have some wonderful words, if I can find them. This is out of Science of Mind, and it's page 488. The law of God is one of liberty and not one of bondage. The Spirit of the Lord is everywhere. Freedom and liberty are also everywhere, if we could but see them. Freedom, like truth, is self-evident and self-propelling. The Spirit, truth, and freedom are coexistent with one another. Whenever we are conscious of God or pure spirit, we are made free. This is proven in mental and spiritual healing. When we are conscious of perfect life, the body is healed. When we are, we must become unconscious of the, imperfections and conscious of the perfect alone. Since our idea of perfections are limited to our present understanding, we do not yet manifest perfection. With a greater understanding of reality, though, our consciousness, we shall evolve a more perfect body. In the demonstration of abundance, we seek to realize the liberty of the sons of God, the freedom whereby God proves his absoluteness. This is done not by meditation upon limitations, but by contemplating the plenty, abundance, success, prosperity, and happiness. It is unscientific to dwell upon lack, for it will create the undesired condition. It is scientific to meditate on plenty, to bring the mind to a point of conceiving an eternal flow of life, truth, and energy through us and through everything that we do and think. And so it is. And I think we have a moment of music.
Maybe even 2 or 3 moments. Okay, you all, this is a new song for Doug and me, so we could use some clapping and wild enthusiasm because, I'm kind of a hymn girl, and this one's a bit more upbeat, so it's a challenge. This is called You Are Welcome Here. Ask Bob to put the lyrics up because we're going to do this as an opener probably in the future. Basically, the words are "You are welcome here," so you guys can do this. Here we go.
You are welcome here. 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 Our arms are wide open. There's room for everyone. Wherever you go and whatever you're from, you are known. You are welcome here. 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 Whatever you've been through, you found us somehow. Wherever you are on your journey now, you are home. You are welcome here. 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 I am 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 welcome here. We are 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 welcome here. You are welcome here.
Good job. That's true. You're welcome here. So welcome to everyone again. And today we get to welcome back one of our favorites here, Liliane Pilot, who is a practitioner in service with us as well and a speaker. She has spent much of her life as a spiritual seeker. She's an artist, writer, speaker, teacher, and musician. For 10 years, Lily was part of the CSL Music Ministry in Edmonton, Canada, and earned her practitioner's license in 2012. She is also trained in the use of sound and music in healing, was a licensed practical nurse, and a bunch of other things, all of which have informed her spiritual journey. She now runs a nature retreat and art gallery with her husband, Doug, and is happily nestled here in the loving arms of the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces. Please welcome Liliane Pilot.
Well, good morning, everybody. Feels like about 100 years since I've been here. Shake it out. So my talk this morning is called A Baker's Dozen, and I don't know why they had this bun dance thing, but I tried to figure it out and gave up. My favorite Persian poet, Hafiz, said, "If your cellar is empty, this whole universe could drink from mine." What a nice guy. He understood that abundance is the very nature of God, infinite and absolute. So what does abundance mean to each of you? I mean, I see words really literally, so you know darn well what abundance means to me. But Bob has some examples here. No. And then we have another little dance that I think you'll enjoy. This is one of my personal favorite bun dances.
Oh, God bless you.
Cut. There we go. I love that character that he played. He just wanted to make people happy, and he always put out more than he was given. He was a good guy. Anyway, we got that bun dance business out of the way, so we can get back to the business of being all spiritual and stuff. So, abundance, what does it really mean? Of course, with any word that we look up, there's going to be an abundance of definitions. But this is the one that I like. It is the condition of being in rich supply. Short and sweet. Feels good, doesn't it? The condition of being in rich supply. So get those feeling tones up and dancing in your body. Choose words and language. Choose the company that you keep and the things that you take in through your senses and your mind that fill you with the feeling of being in rich supply. And none of this practice is really difficult. We don't have to run a marathon or anything like that, but we still get drawn into the drama of the world. So sometimes it just feels difficult to practice simple things like gratitude and feeling in rich supply. But do we really have the luxury of not keeping this practice? We each have individuated experiences which we view through our own lens. And while lots of folks will agree with that, it's all God, we're each having individuated experiences. When differences arise, the feeling we tend to get inside is, I'm right and you're wrong. And, you might be feeling, I see this so clearly. How can they be so off base? It's the basis for many disagreements, and I suspect many divorces. And it's in its own twisted way, it's ego trying to look after us. But if we can sit with each other in non-judgment, undefended, and really align heart to heart, like we've been doing with these bears, highly recommended, hug a bear today, then we can put ego down and accept that their experience is just as real as ours, even though it differs from ours. There is no right experience. And there's no limit to the nature and variety of experience. It's all God expressing as an abundance of godlings. Holmes wrote, when we realize that God and man are one and not two, we shall love both. We shall love man as an expression of God and God as the life principle in all. And he goes on to say that this doesn't mean that we make doormats of ourselves loving that which is not good, but rather to look for the God in each other and love that God. And this is our part of our understanding about abundance. God is everywhere, in all, and as all. There is no over there but not over here. When we deny God in another, we deny God in ourselves. What we damn damns us, and what we bless blesses us. My friend Jane posted recently she was trying to focus on the good, but was struggling with it a bit. So, of course, I offered my 2 cents worth of platitudes. And then a little while later, I had to laugh at myself and edit my comments. Note to self, take own advice. And this is how we do, right? We learn some, and we practice some, and we learn some more, and we practice some more. And hopefully, somewhere in there, we remember to laugh a little. Reverend Dr. Ken Gordon posted, well, this is kind of cozy, all of us having a panic attack at the same time. And of course, this is all on social media, and aren't the comments just a-flying? Which brings us full circle. What are we choosing to take in? And consequently, what are we putting out? Is it useful? Can we help others be self-aware in some way? And this doesn't mean telling somebody else what to think or what's right. It's about just generating a climate, an abundance of love and peace and joy, and holding that vibration and attracting other people to do the same thing. It's about spiritual abundance. And while, where'd you go, Doug? While Doug was reading, I remember the story about Archie Williams, I think his name was, and he was incarcerated for something like 37 years for a murder that he did not commit. And finally, as DNA nude forensic technology came in, he was finally found innocent and released from prison. And they said, how did you manage to survive that, being incarcerated for like most of your adult life for something you didn't do? And he said, I never let them put my mind in prison. That really blew me away and he's a heck of a singer too. I saw him on America's Got Talent. So here's another fella, Don Williams. He's a therapist, and he created something called the Psyche K technique for clearing subconscious beliefs. And he says, abundance is a multi-dimensional word that we tend to use in a single-dimensional way. Mostly we're talking about money. But abundance is simply to have a lot of anything. So we can have an abundance of friends, an abundance of joy, or anything really. But it seems to me the one thing that just doesn't get as much airtime is spiritual abundance. If you're spiritually abundant, you have a clear idea of who you are, why you're here, and what you're here to do. And that's the kind of abundance that no money can buy. Yet at the end of the day, when people talk about abundance and having lots of money and whatnot, what they really mean is, I want to be able to do whatever I want to do. And then the question comes down to, well, what's worth doing? Inevitably, you come back to, what's my purpose here? What is mine to do? Is it just a fun fest to do as many things as I can for as long as I can and then I die? Or is there actually something more to this idea of abundance? And he goes on to say that if we're spiritually abundant first, then all the rest of the physical abundance things will be there to support our idea of who we are and how we are to be of service. Spiritual abundance is the most beautiful abundance of all, and everything else comes out of that. So here's a fun little story. I started a savings account shortly after I moved to New Mexico 7 years ago. And I had, very little income trickling in, but I managed to tuck away small amounts here and there. And for several years, I'd get a bit saved, and then I'd spend some, and then I'd get a bit more saved, and then I'd spend some. And after about 5 years, there was diddly squat in that account. And finally, I said, well, this isn't going to grow unless I set a goal. So I set a very moderate number that I wanted to reach. And a couple more years went by, and I managed to achieve my goal. But again, I need a little money for something, and it would go under, and then I'd get a little more, and it would go over, and I'd need money, and it would go under, and rinse and repeat. This went on for quite a while. I just couldn't seem to break through this little glass ceiling. And then a year ago, I started speaking at Unity twice a week, and that did a couple of things. First of all, it generated an honorarium, which I was just dedicated to putting in that savings account. But that's, what honorariums are. Secondly, I was now doing far more consistent research and prayer work and reading and writing to prepare for a talk every 2 weeks, which is a whole lot different from doing it every, 3 or 4 months, as I, has sort of been the habit here. So now I've just really got, my whole climate is steeped in this thought. Where before I was sort of able to cram for the test, and then, life would go on, and then I'd cram for the test again. And added to that, I took over to hosting the weekly Zoom prayer meeting. So that added another layer to my consistency, to my prayer work. And guess what? In less than 1 year, I doubled that mini goal that I'd set. So I spent 6 years going like this, and then 1 year going like this. My spiritual practice, which I focused on, magically grew that abundance container, and it begins to fill accordingly. So as I said, the title of this talk is A Baker's Dozen, Abundance. And as I mentioned, I'm visually quite literal, so we've already had the bun dance and gotten that out of the way, but what the heck does a baker's dozen have to do with the price of bread? You get that little? Well, a lot, apparently. Sometime, I think in the 1500s, this phrase was coined because baker's dozen is a generous portion of 13 instead of 12 rolls, right? And it grew out of fear, because at this time, it was put into law that a dozen buns had to weigh the same as the relative or the equivalent. I'm not saying this right. A dozen buns must be the correct weight in relation to the price of grain. And so, think about making bread. One bun has a big hole, air pocket in it, and it's not really even. So to make sure that they didn't get in really serious trouble, like being put in those pillories or whatever they are, they would throw in an extra bun just to make sure. So that's how that whole baker's dozen thing came in. And it made me think about how often we visualize and do our prayer work from a place of lack, of fear and limitation and lack. And I started to really become aware of how often and how many ways I declare lack. Oh, I don't have enough money for that. Well, actually, I do. I'm just choosing not to spend it on that and that kind of thing. So, or maybe, fantasizing about traveling somewhere really exotic and just, I used to do a lot of traveling and it hasn't looked like it was in the picture for a while. And then the subconscious kicks in and says, oh, no, we can't afford that. It's just all that stuff. And what happens is we tend to visualize with a much smaller lens than the infinite is actually able to provide. And I actually want us to think that through again. We tend to visualize through that lens that we look through, that we see and experience our whole lives through. We tend to visualize through a much smaller lens than the infinite is actually able to provide. When we're learning to visualize, we're told to practice getting as clear pictures of what we want as we are able, and then bringing up the feelings associated with having it. Have any of you been taught this? So you visualize it as clear as you can, and you get all excited and full of whatever you're feeling it. I got it. I've already got it. Isn't that great? This practice of making it as real as we can we're creating a mental equivalent. That's what's going on here. And, we make vision boards and we put Post-it notes on the bathroom mirror and whatever it is that we do to keep that vision real. And this is actually, it's all very practical because we do begin to change the fabric of the mind. But once we brought in the feeling of buoyancy associated with our heart's desire, what I've been told more recently, and this really clicked for me, is then let go of the image. You got your image, you're clear, you bring in the feelings, and now image, go away. Feelings, grow. Image, stay over there. Feelings, grow. And the reason for this is because we have to live in the realization that we are fully supplied and that we're living in the complete ease of faith and not hold on to the image itself, because the exact image we're holding on to that we've conjured is essentially putting the brakes on God. God, our faith is so small that we're only able or willing to see something that is this big. But if we can open ourselves to something far greater than we can imagine. So instead of saying, I'm open to whatever God can give me because I know it's going to be good, we can open to the possibility it might actually alter our comfy life a little bit, the small life that we've agreed to because it looked safe and familiar and possible. In Science of Mind, we often say in our prayer work, this or something better, but we're still carrying the image of this. So you might say, well, wait a minute. Like last year I needed a new car, and I did my visualization, and right away my perfect car showed up, and at a better price than I even thought I was going to get it for. And that's excellent. Good job. But you can't know what didn't happen. So let's just say, you say, well, I need a better way to get around. And, what you're visualizing is just yourself seamlessly going here and there. And you have this complete sense of freedom, and you can do whatever you want, this lightness of being, and you're having all these joyful experiences, and it's really cool. And then maybe the vast field of all possibility fulfills that desire by giving you your own jet plane and a pilot. Or maybe suddenly you discover that teleportation is a thing. I was thinking this morning, 2-hour drive here, man, I'd love to be able to teleport here. Wouldn't it be great? Bing! Hi, guys. How's it going? I could probably do a couple more things around the house. Anyway, our desires and visualizations tend to be based on our mental equivalency of what we currently believe is possible. And that's fed by all of our beliefs and perceived limitations that our subconscious is holding on to. But God is so much bigger than that. The drama of our limited vision can be somewhat alluring, whether we're being drawn into our own story or the vivid details of someone else's. And if we're not paying attention, if we're not, holding our minds in the absolute, then we stop noticing the vital essence of life, the beautiful connections and synchronistic moments and abundance. We are godlings, each and every one. And I think we fight that a bit. For me, the idea of abundance for a long time was really mixed up with the responsibility of living to my fullest potential, the responsibility of success, which, as Don Williams said, tends to evolve around money. And I've had kind of an interesting relationship with money. I love this quote from Kenneth George Mills. He says, "Your life is only successful when the world is blessed by your presence and the universe graced by it." That kind of puts a different spin on things, doesn't it? When we focus on appearance and favor the frivolous, we can literally become immune to what a wonder it is to just be here at all. Oscar Wilde said, "There's something terribly morbid in the modern sympathy with pain. One should sympathize with the color and the beauty and the joy of life, and the less said about life's sores, the better." Well, that might be very good advice right now. The less said about life's sores, the better. It's hard to identify with the grace of God when we feel inundated with what's going on around us. So dream your dreams, knowing that they already exist in the divine mind. They're already being played out on another stage. There's no good reason why we can't slipstream into a parallel experience and enjoy it all. Because by some definition, if we are all God experiencing itself as a unfathomable number of facets of the divine, then we are each having every possible and potential experience that we could possibly have simultaneously, but we're only able to be aware of one of them at once. So where do you want to be? What would you rather think about? I still think one day I'm going to learn how to teleport. I'm just going to wake up and bing, I'm going to be able to speak French and I'm going to be able to teleport. I'm really excited about it. So do we dream of having things, or do we dream of a way of being that is living the dream? Living in a state of grace makes our dreams possible. Living in awe makes them probable. Prayer is essential. There's a vitality in our communion with the infinite. Just as fire warms the body, food strengthens us, and sunshine raises our spirits, there's a transfusion of some invisible force that's in our prayer, weaving itself into the fabric of our mentality. And this conscious commingling of our thought with spirit is essential to our well-being and to the realization of our dreams. You remember when COVID began? And we didn't know what was going on, and everybody was scared. We didn't know if we were going to get sick and die. We didn't know if we'd have food or toilet paper. We didn't know how long it was going to go on, and there was so much misinformation. Go to the media, and it says this and 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 this. You know, like no one knew what was real, what was going on. And I remember talking to my sister, and she told me that even after 40 years of practicing, focusing on the real and not the appearance, she still had to remind herself to not get caught up in everything that we were seeing and hearing. She said, you can't get all the information from the appearance, so you may as well go for the absolute, which defies the appearance. This is how we must be right now. Amidst the dissension and polarization that's happening in the world, how can we open our hearts to absolute abundance while simultaneously spreading doom and gloom? It's a choice, guys, and we just can't have it both ways. So pick your poison. Reverend Dr. Ken Gordon also said recently, it takes a tremendous amount of emotional and spiritual maturity to witness in full force the collective shadow of humanity and keep your heart open. And when I read that, I realized that although I was trying to keep my thoughts in heaven, especially since I was trying to write this talk, I was still being influenced by all of the negativity around me. And then magically, a phrase that I've been sharing a lot lately just kind of fluttered into my mind and continued its way down into my body, and I literally felt it settle in my cells. God is all there is because there's nothing else to make anything out of. I got to tell you, that's the cleanest line I think that's ever come to me. God is all there is because there's nothing else to make anything out of. So I choose to see God in this moment. I may not understand what's going on, but I know my experience will not be enhanced by fear. And I choose to believe that something good is happening whether or not I can see it or know what it is. There's a lot of negativity flying around right now, a lot of fear, a lot of conspiracy theories. Lots of people are absorbed in conspiracy theories. But I think it's important to remember we're given free will, and this allows us to choose what we focus our attention on. In Luke 12:1 says, basically, God has given all his attributes to man. It rests with each individual whether he expresses them or not. God is no respecter of persons. This is free will. I know for myself, I have to choose to not focus my attention on these conspiracies. I had somebody sort of trying to take me down about this the other day. I'm aware that there's all kinds of not excellent things going on in the world and has been since the dawn of man. But I choose not to focus my attention on them because all that can do is hold me in fear. Well, you have to know what's going on. Really? And then what? There's so many stories. I don't have all the facts, and Professor Google is no help at all. He tells everybody everything, whether it's true or not. And what is true? Is error true? No. It appears real, but it is not the truth. And there's so much information to sift through if that's the road you want to go down. I can't see how any of us could possibly be adequately informed about any of it. So what do? We have no choice at this time in our incarnation but to know that God is everywhere present. God is all there is because there's nothing else to make anything out of. And our only option in the face of the appearance is to hold ourselves in the highest vibration that we can. And to throw the hearing assist around, because that's helpful for the poor people wearing headphones. Sorry about that. We have to hold ourselves in the highest vibration that we can, keep our thoughts in heaven, focus on those things that inspire us. If we see a practical way to take action, then great. The material world actually requires that of us to get things done, but we still have to keep our thoughts in alignment with a higher ideal, with love. So I choose to see the sun. I choose to believe that the highest and best outcome is unfolding before our very eyes right now in this moment. I choose to feel good about who I am and where I live. I choose to see the best in people. I choose to know that they are doing the very best that they can, even if I don't think it's as good as my best would be. I choose to believe that love is handling this situation. And I was talking this out. I often talk my talks out while I'm driving, and I was taking some to the airport in El Paso the other day. And so I was just talking all of this stuff out, and as I said all of that, I literally spoke those words. I choose this, I choose this, I choose this. And right at that moment, this massive gray mass of clouds I was driving into went, and the sun came out. Just beamed right through the windshield, and I was like, dude. I felt like I was aligning with a greater truth, and I was getting confirmation of that. As Anais, well, how's that pronounced? Anais, Nin, Annis. Anyway, this cool lady said so beautifully, we do not see others as they are, we see them as we are. And so, of course, we also see the world as we are. You remember those cartoons? They always used to have the devil on one shoulder and the angel sitting on the other shoulder, and the devil's like, come on, do it, no one will know. And the angel's like, don't go there. Well, I kind of feel like that sometimes with all the things that are going on in the world. Oh, come on, I just really want to say that. Don't go there. Because I know what I damn damns me, and what I bless blesses me. And I'm learning to shift my thoughts and my words, to be more mindful of my feelings and how they play out. I'm learning to replace sour thoughts with bliss gifts. Someone cuts me off and then honks at me. Really? Peace, health, and good fortune be upon you. I hear about some bad thing happening out in the world. Bless you. Goodness be yours. Any statement, whatever comes up, that would confer blessings upon another is going to be far more useful than cursing their good name. I'm not necessarily, lest any of you think that I actually died and I've become an angel and now here I am speaking to you. It's not like I'm totally feeling it at a cellular level in every second. But I can tell you that moment by moment in this practice, I shed my own anger and my own fear, and I find myself more buoyant and more joyful. And the divine expression that is me is shifting as a result. My interactions with the world are generally improved. My bank account is fuller. I have more energy. My mind is more peaceful. And I've noticed lately, and I kid you not, I wake up and the first thing that I realize is like I've got this big grin on my face. I'm like, well, that's cool. I never did that before. It's a pretty great way to start a day. How I manage my mind is how I manage my world. And consequently, spiritual abundance is filling my heart. And I don't know what the end game is, but I do feel rich. And I thank you all for the opportunity to be here and share that with you today. Thank you. And so I know. Poor Reverend Bonnie, she always wants to know if she's doing the prayer or if it's me. I know. So this time I thought I would just jump right in there and get you going. if our practitioners and people of prayer support would circle the room. So I know that in this blessed place and in this blessed gathering lies the heart of all of mankind. God is all there is. You, me, every living thing. And I take those words from my head and I bring them down into my heart where I know what is real and what is true. God is all there is because there's nothing else to make anything out of. And so here we are. What a blessing, what a gift. We are love. We are gratitude. We are joy. We are abundance. We are peace. We are truth. We are all good, and we are all that is good. And what a gift to open our minds and our hearts and our souls to all the teaching that has come before us and all that will come after us and say, hey, this is not actually a timeline. This is it. We are it. Here we are right now. Go. What an astonishing gift. And what a great blessing. And I give thanks. And I release these words because I know the spoken word has power. Word, I am word. These words are imprinted on the fabric of the universe and return to all of us tenfold because that is the truth of us. And so it is.
This song is called Expect the Best. I like the idea of not drawing too tight a circle around the expectation, but letting it be more unlimited than my mind can conceive of. This has a part for you all. You're the choir. So I'll teach you that first, and then I'll help you get into it when your part comes along. Okay, here we go. Do 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 do. That's it. Do 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 do. Let's try it one more time. Do 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 do. I open my eyes, greet the new day. Take a deep breath, kneel down to pray. Then I give thanks, look in the mirror, and a friend looks back at me. A smile lights up my face, and I know that I am blessed. So I expect the best. Do 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 do. I expect the best. Do 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 do. I know that I'm loved right where I am. I know I'm enough just as I am. All that I want, all I desire is now waiting here for me. The universe conspires to ensure my happiness. So I expect the best. Do 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 do. I expect the best. Do 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 do. I expect the best up from every passing moment, every single day. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm loving my life, living my dreams, losing my fears. I'm spreading my wings, feeling alive, anticipating what the future holds for me. Now I can't wait to see what's gonna happen next. So I expect the best. Do 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 do. I expect the best. Do 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 do. Expect the best. Do 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 do. Expect the best. Do 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 do. Thanks, you guys. Beautiful.
Excellent. We can go out singing that and knowing to expect the best. Yes. Thank you, Liliane, again. I think we should thank her one more time. Beautiful. Just we all needed. Yes. Thank you. So now is that time that we think about how the flow works here at the center. And this month, what we bring in, 10% is going back out to Las Cruces Public Schools Foundation. Nope, sorry, Las Esperanzas. And it's an educational, social, and charitable organization established to advocate for the renaissance of the Mesquite Historic District. And the part that we are tithing to them helps to bring coats and shoes to the children living in this area, which is our area sort of right up in here. So that's where 10% is going this month. We did give to the foundation, and they did tell us thank you. They're very grateful. And like I said, the coats are welcome, the tithes are welcome. It is wonderful to be able to give back. That's how this happens, how this flow works. And if we can sit in the joy of giving, it's amazing how that bank account continues to grow as well, huh? So we just know that all that is needed here to support the center, to support staying here as a place that gives an amazing opportunity to other people in our community to meet and gather and heal in all different forms throughout the week. We're doing good work just by having a building that we can allow folks to come into. Isn't that right, Mr. Bob? Yes. So I am grateful, and I just trust and know that we are in that flow. Let's say together our affirmation. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, in me. And we will sing, I Am So Blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Thank you. And so as we see the outforming of our vision, and we continue to put some of that vision aside and feel the joy that we experience here as we experience abundance as it flows in our life, abundance of all good, of that greater truth of who we are. We just know that everything that comes in and through the center is blessed, and that we take those blessings and we bless all those that we meet throughout the week. And so it is. Thank you. What are we closing with today?
Go out and shine.
Go out and shine.
Go out and shine. I invite you to stand if you feel moved to do so.
Go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Step out and take a chance. Walk the talk. Join the dance. Relax, enjoy the ride. Let kindness be your guide. You gotta go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. One voice, one heart. Wanna change, make a start. We're one big family. What's good for you is good for me. Come on and go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Woo!
All right, go out and shine your light and have a wonderful week. Remember, we've got a board meeting this afternoon.